This is Abim District Hospital, reported by the population to be in a dire state due to lack of medical practitioners and medicine to take care of the patients. This colonial hospital has had no facelifting and has its roofs leaking, as evidenced by these torn ceiling boards.
All the hospitals are leaking, you see, since last time, to no renovated.
What is ironical is that the government allocates money each financial year to run the hospital, but it cannot be traced. A case in point is the 2 billion shillings that was sent to fix the hospital's sewage line in 2007, but to date, sewer contents still leak through the broken pipes.
The government bring money for maintenance, but there's nothing. Like toilets, you know, there if you go up to now, you go to X-ray section, it's not working. You go to theater, it's not working. You go to maternity ward, it's not working. You go where children, the ward for children is not working.
But right now, as we talk, there is no water in Abim Hospital, and the sewage system is completely blocked.
These mattresses, you say, are not only torn, but too few for the number of admissions by the hospital.
Sen Obote first brought the mattresses in the hospital up to now. If you go by now, I need you to witness if you can go there.
This poor state of the environment is reported to have scared away medical workers, and the only few that are still there offer patients few hours of their time in a day. It is disgusting for expectant mothers to deliver in such an environment, and hence many have resorted to visiting traditional birth attendants.
I better deliver in my house, which I can sweep, I can smear, than going to get more diseases from the hospital.
Abim Hospital has actually reached the highest office in this country. The district council cannot have the money that can repair this hospital.
Of course, it has put their lives in danger because one, a newborn may at the end get up infected.
However, information from State House Health Service Monitoring Unit indicates that this hospital has been included on the list of those hospitals to be renovated.
Abim is one of those hospitals that are in the work plan by Minister Harris to be revamped, renovated, and equipped with state-of-the-art machines. And I'm sure it is in the second phase, it will be worked on properly once and for all.
Several health centers in the region reportedly face the same fate, as many of them are in dire need of revamping in order to deliver meaningful and safe health care services.
The hospital is operating without a substantive doctor to handle the overwhelming number of patients who flock the health facility on a daily basis. According to Bradford Okwori, the hospital administrator, this turned the institution a shadow of its former self.
We have kind of failed to retain the doctors, given the hard-to-reach situation that we are in. Most times the doctors that come, actually they don't stay for long because of the situation here. They go away. And we have actually large volumes of patients coming not only from within Abim, but the neighbors like Tuke, Agago, who are still coming to this hospital.
About 100 to 500 patients seek treatment at the facility on a daily basis. Bradford Okwori told NBS Television the lack of a doctor means patients who require minor surgeries and other related complications are referred to Mbale Regional Referral Hospital. The hospital beds are dilapidated, with most mattresses no longer usable.
No, the beds, we do not have enough beds, and most of the beds that we have and the mattresses, actually they are household at this hospital. And this hospital construction started way back in 1969 and they completed in 1972. So some of the beds are still, we can still date back to the time they supplied after completion of the construction.
Abim Hospital will not benefit from the 808 billion World Bank grant to renovate dilapidated hospitals around the country. Bradford Okwori said the hospital was scrapped off the beneficiaries list for unknown reasons. In 2007, government earmarked 3 billion shillings for the facility's renovation, but it disappeared in within air.
So Abim Hospital was in phase 2, but at some point they are saying actually Abim Hospital is not in the list.
Meanwhile, mothers continue to hold on to hope as their sick children cling to life. Napkenya Amina, Jordan Mubangizi, NBS Television, Sunset.
The first glance at the would-be signpost of Abim Hospital tells that something is wrong with the one state-of-art hospital constructed by the late Ugandan President Milton Obote in the 1960s. Speaking at the anti-corruption caravan in Abim district, the area LC3 councillor Joseph Owena said the sorry state of this hospital is worsened by the enormous corruption tendencies by the hospital management.
The situation of Abim Hospital is worse. Is worst. One, the government bring money for maintenance, but there is nothing. Like toilets, there if you go up to now, you go to X-ray section, is not working. You go to theater, is not working. You go to maternity ward, is not working.
We budgeted money to procure some items for health center tools. For example, beds, bed sheets, and some small things for the health center tools to use. But out of that money, there's nothing which has been delivered to health center tools.
As we arrived at the entrance, our eyes landed on a corpse, a body of a young woman who had just died for lack of a medic to attend to her. Inside the hospital, we are greeted to the sickening stench of human excreta littered all over due to lack of toilets and running water in the hospital. This is unbearable.
This water has taken how long here?
A few patients have been lying on beds for days without medication and are not sure they will get any today. Failed theaters and malfunctioning gadgets are abandoned in almost every corner. The staircase to the hospital mortuary have been turned into a toilet by patients who have nowhere to go. The mortuary itself is abandoned. No running water, electricity or attendant, and the cobwebs around tell that the hospital has been abandoned for years. The police too was shocked.
No water.
With the bushy surrounding, one can hardly believe it's a hospital. The Assistant Chief Administrative Officer of Abim District, Nelson Otim, said the district has cried out to the Ministry for help on several occasions, but to no good.
We made a complaint to the ministry that the work is not complete. I mean, the work is not well done. But that is now up to the responsibility of the Ministry of Health to make a follow-up with the contractors that they gave the work to do the job.
The area LC3 councillor Joseph Owena, however, said that the 2.8 billion shillings meant for rehabilitation of this hospital was embezzled. This report was compiled by Shamim Saad.
Another loved one gone. The relatives tell us that the deceased was admitted here with a minor illness, but with insufficient medical attention, he died.
He died with fever, just a mere fever, not even a very bad thing, fever, because of the hospital, because of the staff cannot turn up proper in the hospital.
This is Abim Hospital. It was a colonial hospital that is slowly losing its stand. The structure on the outside stands firm, or so it seems, but a closer look and a visit inside the hospital presents a different picture. Roofs and ceiling boards are now giving way.
Water system is not functional. The entire electricity is not working very well. Some of the ceiling boards are dilapidated and some of the equipments are not really fully functional. So you can't say that's a good hospital.
Some of the hospital rooms have been abandoned due to a rodent infestation. But rats and mice have made these rooms breeding ground. The ambulances also waste away in the front yard.
If you go to records, these vehicles are consuming money. Consuming fuel. We fail to understand how can a dead vehicle consume the fuel.
Still, the patients have no alternative. They continue to come here for medical assistance.
If they brought the medicine here, the medicine can work for 2-3 days. It is not there. Where it goes, we don't know.
The locals say that corrupt leaders stole over 2 billion shillings that had been allocated for renovation of the hospital. The district leaders say that this is a falsehood.
It was 2.8 billion, which was brought here in 2007. And also the First Lady knows by Excel. It was brought by the government and it was constructed by the Excel. We even forwarded the thing to anti-corruption unit. Up to date, no answer. But bad enough now, what makes us not to follow? The threats from the district leaders.
But what I know is that no single money of the district or was sent to the district for purposes of renovation of this hospital. What I can recall is that there was a company called Excel Construction Company Limited, which was awarded contract by the central government, that's the Ministry of Health, to do the renovation of the hospital. Mainly the sewage system was to be put right. But as you can see, the water system is not functional.
With allegations of corruption crippling the health sector, Abim Hospital is just one of the untold stories. However, with the anti-corruption caravan traversing the eastern region, very many people are now bringing their grievances. Suhail Mugabi, NTV.
The condition of Abim Hospital. Since it was built in the 60s, we haven't even just put a coat of paint, just put paint.
Actually, our first challenge is the doctor. We don't have the doctor, whereby it makes our work very difficult.
According to the staff, the hospital has never received a facelift. A tour of the hospital revealed that it is in urgent need of renovation.
Staff?
There are no staff here, apart from the ward.
Right. Okay.
Came here yesterday but one, where I was tested for malaria. Then other tests were not available until I was referred to Aleria Medical Clinic.
It is no longer a hospital, it is a mortuary. People where they go to die. NRM has turned our hospitals into mortuaries.
Abimo Hospital is the main hospital in the district, but the few nurses we found here told us the hospital has been deserted because they cannot provide the services that people need.
Yes, it is deserted. We are not catered.
We are lacking also staffs and doctors. We don't have.
That it has not had a doctor for a whole year. There is no doctor in this place. Even in the health center 4, there is supposed to be a doctor. This is the referral hospital. There is no doctor for a whole year.
We are lacking the power. And we have no water.
We just fetch water from outside for washing, and at times we carry infections to our home because of no water for washing. And
they told us that they are going to bring these people in the administration block. It was last year when they told us.
Besigye has promised that if elected president, this hospital will be one of his areas of focus.
Because part of the reason we are in this situation is that we are grossly underinvesting in health.
The drainage system, but it was not working up to now. We have only 2 vehicles for the hospital, the rest are for the district. They feel Abim Hospital is the safest place for keeping their vehicles.
It was probably an ordinary day like any other for Santina Adong, a senior nursing officer at Abim Hospital. On Saturday, she was featured on NTV as she led the Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Dr. Kizza Besigye through a guided tour of the hospital that has been in a state of disrepair for years. A letter on Tuesday signed by Kaziba gives Adong 7 days to show why disciplinary action should not be taken against her. It accuses Adong of revealing unauthorized information and violating public service standing orders. Reactions on social media and international news wires have been fast and furious. Moses Kaziba is himself no stranger to controversy. In April this year, he told Parliament's Public Accounts Committee that he could not provide accountability for 900 million shillings because the vouchers had been eaten by termites.
This is the warning letter making rounds on various social media platforms. It was authored by Kaziba Moses Nandala, the ABIM Chief Administrative Officer, and it demands an explanation from Sister Susan Santana, the Senior Nursing Officer at ABIM Hospital, on why she conducted an opposition leader's tour of the facility. On 5th December 2015, while campaigning in the district, Dr. Besigye paid a courtesy visit to the hospital to confirm residents' allegations that it was in a sorry state.
These are all the beds since.
The hospital's condition was found appalling, with beds in dilapidated state. It also lacked running water. It was also discovered that the facility has not had a doctor for over 2 years. Sister Adong is paying the price for having conducted the tour. The letter accuses her of revealing unauthorized information to the readers. It reads in part, "You should also remember you signed an oath of secrecy and an oath of allegiance, and in particular, you vowed not to reveal any unauthorized information." This is, however, not the first time opposition leaders are visiting health facilities to assess their operation. Dr. Besigye, who is on a campaign trail in Teso sub-region, has criticized government over the decision to indict Sister Adong.
Fortunately, if it is true that they have suspended the workers, they will be on leave for a few months. That NRM will still be in office. Once NRM goes, they will come back to their jobs and live in a hospital that is rehabilitated.
When contacted on phone, the Chief Administrative Officer said he could not talk because the phone was on charge and promised to call back, something he never did. For now, Sister Adong could be counting her losses due to her generosity.
I sat in Abuja 18 years ago listening to you give an address at the AU summit at the time, and you received a rousing reception to your speech when you criticized African leaders who tend to hang on to power and, destroy the countries, destroy democracy. Today, they're actually looking at you as one of those people. Don't you feel that Uganda might benefit from a new face?
What we need, my young friend, is not just transitional power. Yes, we have not changed at least one person on top. But a lot of changes, socio-economic changes, have taken place in the society. And I would even say that that's what Africa lacks. Socio-economic transformation, not this circus of changing these managers.